All right, folks, listen. This is for all my true, like, I got it. Everybody don't eat pork. If you a pork lover, you got to have one of these, right? I find in the more and more people that I talk to, they tell me they never had the crown pork. You know what I mean? They've seen it like on pictures. You probably seen it in like a sitcom or a movie. It'd be on the table, but you probably never had it. I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out the bag. If you like pork chops, you finna love this. Let's get it. Okay, so look, before we go over these, a limited amount of ingredients over here, look, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and preheat, right? So I'm gonna hit bake. Notice what I'm doing right here. I'm going to 400 first. That's gonna be key. I'll explain all of that to you in just 1 second, right? Let's build up the heat. Now let's go ahead and prep this pork loin. All right, now when we look at these ingredients, there's not a whole lot to it, folks. What's gonna be key is, I'm gonna have you guys look at this right here. This is kosher salt. You guys see me use this. I use this in almost every video. This is the kind of salt that I use. That's a coarse grind. Of course, I grind my own pepper. Okay, and then over here, we're gonna talk about this right here. This is apricot preserve, right? That's ancho chili powder right there. This right here and that, you're gonna love this color that we're gonna get. We're gonna use this as a combination to go ahead, and when it comes to this is what we're gonna glaze it with. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this right here. Some of y'all have probably only seen these in the store and really didn't know, like, how would you prepare this big piece of meat, right? But I'm finna show you guys. You can see that I already started cleaning some of these up, so you can see I had this actually cut and given to me. I left this little piece down here on the end so that I can show you exactly what I do. Right now, we already building up our heat in the oven. So now let's go ahead and get started. All right, so now I'm just looking at the work that I did. You know what I mean? Just seeing if I can clean up any more than what I've already done. Right. Some of this is gonna render down when we put it in there. Some of this fat. I don't clean it, completely perfect. So I'll start by turning this around so you guys can see this part right here, right? So this is the bone right here. Obviously, I take my knife, I push it up against the bone at the tip. Once I have it at the tip like that, then I just run it through. Seeing how I'm using the chef knife, it goes ahead and just cuts it. Cuts it real smooth, and it's thicker. Look, when I go up, you see how I cut his on? That's how we arrived at that one. And then over here, it's got like a little piece of like cartilage right here. We just cut it, get underneath it, and it'll go. Right, so I discard all of that. You can see this is super clean. Anything that I have like these little pieces, I treat it like brisket. We don't want anything to stick out on the side that'll possibly burn, right? Give us them dark marks. So I do the same thing over here. You guys not gonna be able to see that, but I'm just cleaning this up. Now, this is a big piece of meat, right? So I lay it down here and I feel this right here is hard. I really don't know how deep this is before I get back to the, to the actual meat underneath. So I'm gonna pick this up and just cut myself just a little bit of this like this, and let's just see where we at, right? It's just letting me know how deep that is. I like to just shave some of this down. A lot of this is gonna render, but if I can help it by just not having it so deep, right? Let me look right here. Oh yeah. Take this, a little bit of practice, you know what I mean? And it depends on the quality and the cut that you get from your butcher. Bring it like that. Oh yeah, we doing good. All right, so I've trimmed this. I like what I've done here. These don't have to be as clean as you think. It's up to you. Again, this could be just like a brisket. You can work on this all day if you're trying to get this smooth. I guess if I was doing a dinner for a high profile person, I'd probably clean these tips. But don't worry. What we're gonna do is we're gonna end up wrapping these anyway. Right, so now what we want to do is, it's called a crown for a reason, right? So listen, we got to get this to turn. All right, so how are we going to do that? I'm going to lay this down. I got to show you. Now you had that fat side with this in here like this, and you got this side that looks like this. I'm really not sure the name of it, how we would call that, but what we're going to do is we're going to score it, right? I'm going to go ahead and just score one side right here. And what I do is, I want you guys to come. You see these two bones right here? Right? They transferred it right there, and then we got I can take my finger right here and see that this right here is like soft, right? So if I take this, look, and we just take this like that, you gotta have a sharp knife, right? I just want to show you this. When I do that, look at how it bends now. You see it bends a little bit more. Now check this out. With this being open like that, because we're gonna baste this with our, our glaze, that's gonna all get in there, and it's gonna help cook. We're gonna season this and all of that. Now, big piece of meat like this, I gotta let you guys know, salt and pepper do work. You know what I mean? You ain't got to always go out and do that, put all of them flavors in there, because sometimes we drown it out. We want to be able to taste the pork, because the pork tastes good already anyway, right? So again, both of these two, right here, Then right here is the sauce part, right? I take my chef knife, I come right this way, and then I just, we just cut him on down like that. Right, now you don't want to cut too deep. I'd rather just have it deep enough where I think, even if it's shallow, because we can always cut it some more, right? So if I bring it over here, let me just bring this down just a little bit over here. All right, if I take it, I'm just showing you guys step by step. Look at how we turned it now. You guys get the picture? Eventually, when I get down here, this is gonna start to form and be over this way. Then I'm gonna work my way down, boom, 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 and then we're gonna come around. Now, it's something that you gotta have. I had skipped earlier. I said I didn't want to talk about it. I got one of these. Now listen, I'm not finna show your pants or nothing like that. We're not finna tailor nothing. We finna use this with this butcher twine, and this is what we use to sew these ends together to form and keep the circle going. All right, so after I cut all of these, you guys can just see, look. And you can look, if I open this up like this and you see a butterfly the way I have it right here, this is really just a deep score, right? You can see what it is. Look, just call it what it is. Call a spade and a pork chop a pork chop. You see that right there? Right? So we got it. I'm just looking to see how deep I have it. Now, the telltale sign is this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 bone, right? Sometimes it's best to get 2 of these. But if you guys wanted to know how it's going to work, notice, look at the bones. Look how they kind of like perk up. And if I bring this around this way and hold these 2 on the end like that, now you guys see it. Look at that. You guys tell me what you think. You know? So this is where this is going to come into play. We're going to use this to work on the backside. Now, when I say the backside, let me turn this like this. This wasn't quite big enough to, it is, but it's not. I don't want to tear it up. I want it to look a certain type of way, right? So I'm going to take this and thread this going through there with my butcher's twine, and then we just going to close it up. Hence, now you guys see why they call it the crown. All right, so I'm trying to have this position so you guys can see. Look, I thread this way, right? I leave a little bit just to come through. You don't need this much. I'm actually wasting, butcher twine, but this is what I'm finna do. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna start towards the top. Oops, let's get this out of here. I'm gonna come here and give me a nice meaty piece, and then I just come through. Right, now I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna bring this around like this. I want to bring this over. Now I'm trying to feel like, do I want to cut this anymore? The answer to that question is, if I do, I'll do it in a minute. But right now I'm gonna come in through here and I'm gonna bring this around, right? We still connected and it's still bringing everything through, right? So I want my short end. Oh, we want this end. All right, we just pull this through like that. Now I can pull this out. You guys are getting the gist of it, you know what I mean? So now we take this, we start bringing this in together. Let me go ahead and get this started. All right, so we just bring this like this, start tightening like that. Oh boy. All right, so now that we done tying it up, I think it's called truss or something like that. But anyway, now that I'm done with it, you know what I mean? I like the way, look, it's sitting up the way I wanted to. That's perfect. It got like a little bit cut, like the lean is a little different, but the actual cuts, the scores are at an angle. But trust me, this right here, I think I did a good job on this, right? So if you guys just follow those instructions, you'll come out great. Now listen, this is pork, big piece of meat. I always told you guys, when it's a big piece of meat like this, listen, it will take some salt and it will take some pepper, right? But I'm trying to achieve a different look. So for me, I'm gonna be using my A. If you don't have the A, you know what I mean, salt and pepper works good. This right here, again, this is kosher salt. So I'll leave that way, but this is gonna give me some color. This is a low sodium product, you know what I mean? So after I end up seasoning this, I'm still gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of salt to it, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just take care of this beginning part. This middle. You know what I mean? You guys will be able to see the color, you know what I mean, as it go. Now, I'm gonna take this and just roll him on the side like this. It's still a delicate piece of meat, you know what I mean? So I'm handling everything, with care, right? Because we're gonna render a lot of that fat down. You guys gonna love this. Now with them tips exposed and it being in the oven, you know, we're gonna have some issues with just kind of like burning. So of course, or it should be obvious to you guys, we're gonna go ahead and put some foil on here. But we going in the oven right now for 20 minutes, right? I mean, yeah, 20 minutes. First 20 minutes is gonna be at 400. All right, so now I just add myself a little bit of this to it, just a little bit. If you guys need to spray it with a little bit of something on there, you can, you know what I mean? I have spray olive oil. I mean, that helps too, you know? You don't need nothing else. It's finna be tacky as I don't know what in just 1 second. You guys will see, right? And this is this, so of course I'm gonna go ahead and put a little black pepper on it. All right. Now, let me go ahead and get this on my pan, and let's put this in the inside of this oven. All right, so look, I'm getting ready to put this in here. Remember, we have 400 degrees. I'm finna set a timer as soon as I close this for 20 minutes. All right, so we open this up. All right, I'm ready to take it like this, put it inside. In 20 minutes, we're gonna take it out. That's when we're gonna go ahead and protect those bones, you know, for the remainder of the cook, and we're gonna reduce the heat. But I'll let you know that once we come back. Okay, so you see where look where it looks, right? 400 degrees, 20 minutes. Now I went ahead and took my aluminum, you know, foil. Man, this part right here, you guys got to do whatever you can do to just cover these and protect, you know, your bones. You can see how they started cooking down all of that red that you saw. Look at that now. It just cleans them up. We're gonna expose them again, but we don't want to continue to cook them like that, right? So I'm just gonna take this. You gotta do whatever you guys can do that's good for your side, you know, to make it good, you know, make it comfortable, you know, and easy for yourself. Whatever technique you use, that's what you do. But it's pretty much self-explanatory. I mean, like, how many ways can you just take foil and cover something up, you know? So we just continue on like this. I'm not gonna bore you guys. You've seen one that's probably, you know, good enough. All right, so let me just finish these. You know what I mean? Oh, and by the way, I lowered my temperature in my oven, right? The first 20 minutes was 400. I lowered my temperature down to 325, folks. Okay, so look, after you get all of the bone, you know, covered up with the foil, right? This is what it should look like. Now, I'm gonna reiterate that I lowered the temperature inside the oven down to 325. We're probably only gonna go about an hour and a half more, but I'm gonna set a timer for an hour. You know why? Because that last 30 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and make that glaze, and we're gonna start basting it with the glaze and start cooking that on there as we come up to temp. Now, you guys let me know down in the comment section below, what's the right temperature for pork? Is it 165? Is it 145? What is it? Talk to me. Then we're gonna check it after 1 hour just to see where we're going. Don't forget, this is pork, folks. 145 is the thickest part. We don't want it to be dry. That's why some people don't like to have pork chops, because they say, same thing with chicken, they say it's dry, but when it's done properly, it's right. And if you don't believe me, you guys can check the FDA recommendations. 145 for the white meat pork. Okay, so now is the time, you know, because I just checked it in the inside, right? I was looking at it, we right around like I think I saw 117, 118. I just said, you know what, now would be a good time for me to go ahead and start making my glaze, right? So let me go ahead and get a little fire into here. And I had to slow myself down, because if you guys look right here, you see that right there? I already put my honey in the inside, right? So what we're gonna do is just build up a little heat, right? And the only reason we're gonna have a little heat because we wanna go make sure that our brown sugar melts. So we drop that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and add my butter, and we'll let this just start to work now. All right, so you can see all of this is melted. Now I'm finna come with the apricot preserve. Now this can really be peach preserve. It's whatever you want, you know what I mean? But right now I'm on this, and right, I thought I would never ever say this, but this is like the front runner, folks. Now we're gonna add the ancho chili, right? We only need a teaspoon. Now this right here, I kind of like wanna just keep up with it. I wanna see how much I have, you know what I mean? I hit it like this. That's enough. Now, let's go ahead and get this incorporated in there. This right here is gonna give it that little deep flavor to it. Give it like a spicy little overtone. And when I say spicy, I probably shouldn't say that, because I don't want you guys to think that that's gonna do anything. You know, it don't register at all. Now, if you wanted to make it spicy, we can add some red pepper flake into it. You know, maybe about a half a teaspoon for about this amount. Now, I'm finna go ahead and temp, see where I'm at, because remember, we only want to go to 145, folks. Okay, so I feel like it's gonna only take about 30 more minutes, right? So what I'm gonna do is, let's move this over here a little closer, and I'm going to start basting this, you know, just putting this on here. Look at the color. Actually, I'm gonna bring that a little bit closer. But as you can see, look at this right here. Now tell me that don't look like some glaze to y'all. You know what I mean? So we just put it on here like that. I'm gonna go all in between there, but I'm gonna let gravity start helping it, you know, fall down the middle, right? And then when I'm done, I'm finna take off all of the tips. Hey, so look, if you didn't happen to see my hands, bring the camera up so they can see my face. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't want you guys to think this is AI, but look at that again. It's only gonna get better and better because we're gonna baste it. We already did that. Now we're gonna put it in the inside. Then we're gonna let it go for about 5 or 6 minutes. We're gonna keep up with the temp using the meat thermometer, right? As it creeps up, then we're gonna take it out. We're gonna baste it some more, and then we're gonna get it right. Hey, I just had to do that so I can prove that this ain't no AI. Now you wanna just go ahead and start pulling these off, right? So. All right, so look, now you guys get a chance to see. Only thing really missing is, I like to have this with some dressing on the side. You can actually stuff it in the top over here. It depends on your presentation. You guys let me know. Let me push this over there to you guys so you can see and tell me you don't want to do something like this for, you know, this upcoming Christmas. Now that you guys seen it, you can see the glaze, how it sets when you put it back inside of there. Remember, we were looking for 145. That's what we achieved. Now, some of you guys are gonna be feeling like, oh, you know what I mean? Because I'm not finna cut this. This actually belongs to somebody. They behind the camera and they've been talking about just how good this look. They can't wait to take it. You know what I mean? I probably gotta make them another one, you know, for the holiday also, but I think this is gonna be their dinner for the night. Now, with that being said, listen, talk to me down in the comment section below. Tell me, how would you dress this up? What kind of glaze you would use, or will this be the first time you've ever done this? Now, with that being said, if you're new, check this out. I want you guys to go ahead and hit that like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And some of y'all thinking, he should have probably smoked that. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.